It's gonna be alright, child. Even through the darkest night, child, I'll even...
I'm standing here outside my home in rural Oklahoma. It's winter. It's cold. This is the season where hope dies and we long for spring. Fortunately, at least in this part of the country, we know in 3 or 4 months spring is coming. But we all have times in our lives, seasons of struggle and hardship, maybe even dark, dark times of loneliness, addiction, despair, where the struggle for life is almost overwhelming. We are prisoners and we don't know how to escape. If you know the story of Dennis Jernigan, you know that God radically delivered him from a homosexual lifestyle. In my own life, I've experienced a radical deliverance from 2 decades, more than 2 decades, of struggling with pornography. Our God is mighty to save, but in this time, in this season, it's hard to see the way. Dennis and I are teaming up to share the tools the Lord has given us to provide hope, because the Spirit of the Lord has anointed us to bring good news, to proclaim liberty to the captives. We want to share our stories with you and set your feet on the path to liberty in the springtime of life. We just did a conference in Tulsa and we shared a moving from being unclean to clean, and the idea that a clean conscience is one of the greatest forms of freedom we can have. We're going to do other conferences. We're going to look at the idea of restoration in the Bible and how God restores and what He restores, because it's bigger than you think. We're going to look at how to firmly establish our identity in Christ, because Christ within you is the hope of glory and the promise of freedom. We're going to look at strongholds. We're going to look at the importance of forgiveness and releasing your debtors so that you too can be released. We're setting up a series of these across the country. The next one's in Dallas. I hope you'll consider attending.
Why do you hold on to the things of your past?
I hope you'll consider joining us at the Dennis Jernigan Freedom Conference, February 6th and 7th in Dallas, Texas. You can get information on the conference by going to my website, www.dennisjernigan.com, or you can call our office at 1-800-877-0406 and get more information. We'll begin Friday evening, February the 6th at 7 p.m., and then we'll take our time on Saturday and end with a night of praise that same evening on the 7th. The Lord has set me free. It is one of my greatest joys, one of my greatest privileges, one of my greatest honors to tell others what He has done for me. And I want you to experience that same freedom, that same depth of love. I really do. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I just know what God has done for me. And I love when other people find that same freedom. So would you consider joining us? Again, just go to dennisjernigan.com or call 1-800-877-0406. And the cost of the conference is only $50 per person. Here's a little secret for you. $50 per person or whatever you can afford. I know times are hard, and I want to make it as easy as possible for you to come. So, February 6th and 7th, $50. Hope to see you there.
It's gonna be alright now, even if you can't see how. I'll even use your failure to help you to draw near.